A derby of two Kentucky clubs on the week of the Kentucky Derby. How Louisville City wasn't horsing around as a new rivalry is born in the USL.
Welcome to the Kentucky Derby. Wait a second. No, this can't be the Kentucky Derby because soccer is not played with horses. This is the Kentucky Derby right here, but not the Kentucky Derby. That's at Lynn Family Stadium. Oh, by the way, here's Churchill Downs. Wonder what kind of away day review I would give Churchill Downs. Maybe someday. But the game I'm covering is not in there today. Hey, it's your soccer zombie, Tom Franklin, standing outside of Churchill Downs. No, this is not the event that I am here to cover. I'm here to cover a different kind of Kentucky Derby, one, as I said earlier, that isn't played with horses. It is Louisville City versus Lexington SC, the first ever inter-Kentucky match in the USL Championship for both clubs, as Lexington SC was just promoted to the championship this season, and this is their first crack at their nearby foes in Kentucky. Now, these are two cities, Louisville and Lexington, that are very close. Like, it is probably about an hour to an hour and a half between these two cities. The map will verify that for you. And it's also a tale of two different clubs altogether. Louisville City has been around since 2015. This is their 10th year of existing as a USL Championship club. They have a wonderful stadium in Lynn Family Stadium that I saw last year when they... Yeah, I got to see Lynn Family Stadium last year when they welcomed in Eintracht Frankfurt. And it was a big event there, and this one is hopefully going to be a big event for them as well. I know the team really is trying to make it a big event, connecting it with the Kentucky Derby. By the way, this is the grandstand right behind me of Churchill Downs, about as close as I'll get to being actually in there for the big Kentucky Derby race. There's a lot of stables that are out in Lexington. It's a big part of their crest. You know, the horse in the middle there is there for a reason. It's because of their heritage with horse racing and raising horses all together. Yeah, the Kentucky Derby, for those of you that are outside of America may not be aware, this is probably the biggest race in horse racing year in and year out. Without a doubt, there really isn't a contender for that. This place draws well over 100,000 people plus, and just walking around Churchill Downs, this is a place where you are encouraged to dress to the nines, show out, show up, maybe drink a mint julep or two, but looking great. All these people in Louisville, and I bet you they don't know there is a soccer game tonight. Love the outfits. Love the outfits. Did you know there's a soccer game tonight? Love the outfits, ladies.
Thank you.
Did y'all know there's a soccer game tonight?
Men or women?
Men, Louisville City.
Oh, yes.
Ah, they heard about it. Okay, there's one. Looking stylish. Did y'all know there was a soccer game tonight or no? Yeah. Love the outfit. Yep. Did y'all know there was a soccer game tonight?
Oh, no, I thought you did, though.
There you go. So are you really surprised that people in Louisville this time of year don't know about soccer and are just focused on the horses? Me neither. It's a good time here at Churchill Downs. Someday I'll be able to check out a race here myself, but we're checking out a different Kentucky Derby altogether. In fact, it's not even called the Kentucky Derby. It is called the Commonwealth Cup. And we're going to talk to some Louisville fans about that name, about this rivalry, and about this game. But in order for me to talk to Louisville City fans, I'm clearly in the wrong place. So let's get to the right place. Let's go to Lynn Family Stadium. Louisville supporter and capo, Jesse. And Jesse, tonight is the first ever Commonwealth Cup, we'll call it. How you feeling, man?
Oh, it's a great day to be a Louisville City supporter. I'm just so excited. I've gotten to watch a little bit of the highlights of Lexington and excited to see how we play against them.
Well, and of course, this match is important for Louisville City fans because you now have an in-state rival, someone that, someone else to, hold a grievance against besides Indy 11, and others. But, how important do you think it is for Louisville City to have this rivalry with Lexington?
Yeah, I feel like it's really important because a lot of our old rivals, such as St. Louis City and FC Cincinnati, have all gone on to the MLS, but I just really like having that interstate competition. I mean, you have U of L versus UK, now you have Louisville City versus Lexington SC.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're still in the Open Cup. Yes. You have a big match at home coming up against Minnesota United. St. Louis City, on the other hand, they host Union Omaha, a match that I think St. Louis is expected to win. What's your feeling going into the Minnesota match? Because this is a big match, because if you win and St. Louis wins, then St. Louis comes right here to Lynn Family.
Yeah, I would love to have St. Louis City here. They have a few of our old guys, Ben Loon, Akil Watts, John Hackworth. I believe he's still with the
Yeah, he's our technical director, yep.
Yeah, and I mean, I would love for them to get to come back. They had some good memories here. And I'd also love to beat Minnesota, because anytime we could beat MLS competition, I'm always here for it. And
not only am I rooting for that just so we can have the St. Louis-Louisville rivalry reborn, but also I think you guys can do it. Minnesota's banged up. They just lost Hassan for the whole year. So you guys got a chance. But back to tonight. So what do you think about this game being held in conjunction with the Kentucky Derby? Do you think it's going to have the effect that the team desires in having a packed stadium, or what do you think?
Yeah, I would honestly love to see this be a reoccurring game on Derby week. And I mean, you have the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, but hey, tonight you have the Kentucky Derby.
Exactly. It's harmonious.
Yes.
It's harmonious. What do you think, finally, about the name for the Derby itself, the Commonwealth Cup? I understand it's a little... Some supporters aren't the biggest fan of it. They won, I guess, Bluegrassico was the...
I was going to mention that one.
I was calling it the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, that's... The Bluegrass Classico has been one of my favorites that I've seen. But hey, if it's going to be the Commonwealth Cup, we're going to win the Commonwealth Cup.
And I guess in the end, you have a game period, no matter what it's called, right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as we get to play them, I'm here for it.
Score prediction tonight.
I'm going to go 3-1 City.
3-1 City?
Yep.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Is being a Louisville City fan that hard that they need an ambulance for their supporters? Alrighty, well, when you go into a supporters tailgate, you're bound to run into some supporters, and we got Gilbert here. First things first, Gilbert, is being a Louisville City fan this hard that you need an ambulance, for every game?
I mean, that's who we take home gets the red cards,
Oh, I see. I get it. That makes sense.
We have an old chant that's "You're going home in a purple ambulance." So that's where the purple ambulance comes in.
Oh, man. The European mind definitely cannot comprehend. But this is Louisville versus Lexington tonight. First match of the Commonwealth Cup, and we'll get to that. But first things first, you have an in-state rival now, man. Talk about tonight and how you feeling about it.
I mean, it's very exciting. I've been a good supporter since 2019. It's always kind of been that crackpot. Man, what if we had a team down in Lexington? And finally happened in League One. Then we got that Open Cup game. That was a great game to be here. Yeah, it was a little rainy. But honestly, tonight's perfect weather. I think it's going to be a fucking perfect game.
Absolutely. And you're right about the weather being perfect. They were calling for rain, but that seems to be not an issue now. Yeah. So just that typical Midwestern humidity now.
Oh, yeah.
And the wind. You might be hearing a little bit of it right now. But with the new rivalry comes a new rivalry name. And I was calling it the Kentucky Derby myself. I can understand why Churchill Downs may not like that so much. A lot of fans liked the Bluegrassico.
Yeah.
But they went with Commonwealth Cup. And
Sponsored by Republic Bank.
of course, you warned me that you were going to drop a track on this, so the floor is yours.
Honestly, it just feels way too corporate. I mean, when you have a team like Louisville City with history, rivalries, LIPAFC, Kings Cup, Dirty River Derby, you've got all these fan-created and fan-beloved creations, and then you come in and say, hey, we're going to corporatize this super hard and give you a sponsor. It just doesn't feel genuine.
Yeah.
And I understand a lot of people like Bluegrassico. I'm not a huge fan of that name. My always thought was Battle for the Bluegrass.
Okay.
Because there's only one Bluegrass. There's a couple of Commonwealths, but there's only one Bluegrass.
Absolutely. I like that idea. But as for the game itself, how are you feeling about tonight? How do you feel Louisville City will do against Lexington, a team that has actually started out their championship campaign all right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it's going to be a cakewalk because then I'm going to have to eat my words, but I mean, just looking at kind of the results and everything, we've been super dominant so far this season. One of, I think I read earlier, only 3 teams in North America to still be undefeated this season. That's kind of accomplishment, through Open Cup, through league play, through Jägermeister Cup, whatever, but then you kind of look at Lexington, who's had a couple stumbling points, but I'm just glad that we're here. Can't wait to see what the result is.
And you know what? You mentioned Kings Cup. You mentioned the Open Cup.
Yep.
Now we got to address the elephant in the room because both of our respective clubs that we support are one match away from being reunited. Yep. St. Louis has to get through Union Omaha, which I think a lot of St. Louis fans think will be done.
I mean, Omaha's a giant killer, though.
They are.
You can't discredit their run.
They are. But St. Louis is starting to figure it out a little bit. They started off slow. But then you've got Minnesota in a few days. How are you feeling about Minnesota?
I mean, I haven't really been following too close with MLS, so not 100% sure how they're doing. But, I mean, realistically, if it's any team, it's Lou City. If it's anywhere, it's Lynn Family Stadium. It's here, it's now. We can get it done.
And the spoiler alert, I think every St. Louis City fan is praying that we make a trip to Louisville.
Yeah.
That is the matchup that we want as well.
Yeah.
So I hope it happens. But
reigniting the old flame.
Exactly. But we got to get through tonight.
Yeah.
And so, what's your score prediction?
I think I'll say 2-1 Louisville.
2-1 Louisville. Okay, I had a 3-1 earlier. A little more confidence, but alrighty, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
You may recognize this fan if you've spent any time on Instagram, but I've got the person that drives the van right here, Miss Cheyenne. And Cheyenne, welcome to Louisville. How have your journeys gone so far this year?
Oh my gosh, so good actually. I have been really privileged to time things pretty well.
Yeah.
And I haven't announced the second leg or the games that I'm going to after this, but I had picked Louisville City versus Lexington knowing that an in-state rivalry, something with a regional component, something with the kind of authenticity that having freaking soccer in Kentucky of all places would bring, was a really, really good stop to have. So it wasn't until I arrived that I thought, oh wait, the Kentucky Derby's also happening. So there's a different kind of vibe around the city. I think the buzz, you can definitely feel it, but I was going to feel it regardless because of the game that I obviously traveled here for. So, and you can tell who I'm rooting for.
Well, obviously, I can see that. I see they've treated you well. They always treat me very well.
Yeah.
And you've been obviously to a lot of games this year. You were to a lot of games last year. You've been to Lynn Family before, correct? Oh, this is your first time.
Yeah.
This is your first time. Wow. Mm-hmm. So, how cool is it that, as you alluded to, in Kentucky of all places, they have a magnificent stadium with this kind of support?
Oh my gosh, I'm continuously impressed. I'm impressed that the front office recognizes the value of engaging with people like you and me.
Yeah.
I love the stadium. I think that the brown detail gives it a really unique look. Mm-hmm. It's right on the water. It's also in a space where there are a handful of other stadiums, but it's not competing with NFL or MLB. Louisville seems like a place that people are really proud to be from. So you can really feel that in the way that I'm already seeing folks show up to just the tailgate. And that's what I like. I mean, obviously I'm wearing a Louisville City kit, but at the end of the day, I want to root for a good time and I want to root for a good vibe. And I can already sense that it's going to be a good one based on what I'm seeing so far, even on a Thursday night.
Absolutely. And, and two pretty good teams playing tonight as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Louisville City, they haven't lost yet. And then Lexington, they've invested to try to put their best foot in the championship. So how do you think tonight will go?
I think it's going to be competitive. I think Louisville will pull it out. But I don't think that Lexington should be discounted just because they're coming up. I mean, I know USL announced a pro-rel situation in the future. I was interested in the details around Lexington kind of getting their act together and jumping from League One to Championship. I don't know how or why it happened. I don't know what the choice was behind it. And there's so many factors that go into even having a team in the first place. It isn't just for soccer. It's a huge investment in the community. It's an investment from a corporate entity. It has to make business sense.
Yeah.
So I know all of those factors went into Lexington making that choice, and I obviously won't see that on the fields tonight. But I'm excited that I get to see them. I'm hoping I can make my way through Lexington at some point. So
they got a nice stadium. I mean, it's I was just there a few weeks ago, and it has everything. They just need the fans at this point. Yeah.
And that's, I mean, again, that's where the community investment comes in, and it's a very delicate balance. It really is. I just came from Charlotte. Carolina Ascent, who plays in the USL Super League, has a really, really great following, really, really good fan base. Charlotte FC, great fan base. Charlotte Independence, I don't know what's going on there. And it's one of those things where you're like, if you don't invest in the community in the right way, it shows. It really shows.
Really does. It really does. You mentioned pro-rel earlier.
Yeah.
I know it's a big elephant in the room of American soccer right now. But Louisville City's been a big proponent of it. They've been I think they were like the first to put out a news release celebrating the vote. I know other clubs have gotten aboard of it, but from what you've seen and from all the clubs that you've seen, how do you think it'll work?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think people would be surprised at just how close the level of play and level of business sense that exists between the bottom half of teams in Major League Soccer and USL Championship. And then I think Championship to League One and even to League Two, there can be a jump. I think from, again, level of play on the field, I see it. But even beyond that, what really, really makes sense and what people are interested in terms of longevity and, again, business sense, I think it can happen.
Yeah.
I would love to see, and I got my start making content about Major League Soccer, so that's always on my mind, but I would love to see some of those teams get humbled. And knocked down a peg. And I think people act like, the fan base will get crushed, this will happen. I'm like, look at the fans now. I won't speak too much, but I am a recovering DC United fan.
At least you admit it.
Yeah.
The first step is admitting.
I would really like for some of those teams to be humbled.
Definitely. Well, and Louisville's going to have a chance to do that in a few days when they host Minnesota.
Yes.
And
oh my gosh, I'm staying for it.
Yeah, are you really?
Yeah, well, I didn't announce it on my little tour graphic yet, but definitely I'm staying for it.
Oh, definitely. And I wish I could be at that one, although I'll be at my own St. Louis versus Union Omaha.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing.
And the crazy thing is everyone in St. Louis is rooting for Louisville this coming week, because if Louisville beats Minnesota United and St. Louis beats Omaha, the King's Cup from the USL Championship days, St. Louis FC, Louisville City, it's back. So talking about rivalries that we need.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. I love a good plot.
Yes.
Love a good plot.
And we've been plotting. since this was announced. But for tonight, score prediction. What do you got?
Well, I mentioned I think they'd be competitive. I think Louisville will eke out probably 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair score.
Can't go too crazy on a weekday.
Exactly.
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 And you got to rest up for the game early next week. So.
Yeah. Well, Cheyenne, best of luck on your travels.
Thank you.
And real quick, just where can people find you?
Oh my gosh, on the internet, chronically online. It's at BTWN Clean Sheets. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all this stuff. I do want to shout out that I just inked a partnership with Continental Tire.
Congrats.
I'm so excited because they are giving me new tires.
Nice.
And I know my rims, I'll take care of the rims, but the tires, love them, but they need to be replaced.
I mean, for you, that's so important.
It was the perfect partnership. They reached out to me. I felt like it was a sign, a little karmic, cosmic sign.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to mean that I'll just be on the road for like another year or two. So.
Well, safety first. Safety first, absolutely. And
Yeah.
without, you don't have to go like throughout your whole itinerary, but in what direction are you going to go for the next half? Are you going to go northeast? Are you going to go west?
I am going northeast.
You're going northeast.
I
Okay.
have some stadiums in Canada I need to cross off.
Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada, indeed.
Yeah.
And my passport's in there somewhere, so I'll have to find it.
Yep. Well, I'll let you know how Rhode Island and Portland are because I'm going there this
Oh my
weekend.
gosh, no way.
Yeah, I'm staying overnight at Ethan's and I'm flying up to Boston tomorrow.
Oh
and
my
then we're doing Rhode Island Saturday as their first home match at their
Yeah.
stadium, and then Portland's first ever home match Sundays.
It's sold out, and they're, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep up with you.
Well, no, you're doing better because flights go so much quicker than this little thing.
Well, look who I found here, although he's not very hard to spot. The biggest Lexington fan, Tim. And Tim, you're here in Louisville. Big match today. It is the first ever derby match between these two cities. Man, how you feeling?
Feeling good. Excited to be here. Meet some great Louisville City people. I love the rivalry. It's going to be a friendly rivalry, and I can't wait to see what these guys. Other than this guy.
Well, and that guy right there. Yeah. Speaking of people that you can see easily in a crowd.
Yeah.
But so, how important is it, do you think, that Lexington does have this rivalry just a little over an hour away, man?
I think it means the world, especially the college sports theme of it, where Lexington and Louisville always has this rivalry anyway.
Yep.
And bringing it into soccer and having a league like this, it's going to be dope.
So, so when we last left off, it was Lexington in the 11, ended up a 1-1 draw. How are you feeling about Lexington so far since then? You guys seem to be doing okay.
Defensively, the guys have really stepped up. Offensively, we're struggling. We haven't scored in the last 3 matches, so I have a feeling we're going to break it loose tonight, though. We're going to see some scoring tonight.
What's your score prediction?
2-1 us.
2-1 you. Got it. Well, good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
Well, we were a little late for the actual march, but we got a mini one right here.
We got our own, Tom.
Courtesy of some fueled by Jägermeister and some very bad Argentine Prosecco. And here we are, Lynn Family Stadium. The starting lineup in a wall form. Interesting. So just a couple minutes away from kickoff here at Lynn Family Stadium. They got the lights going here. You may not be able to see it very well because it's still daylight, but second time here, and I was hoping to see the supporters end a little more filled out, but it's a Thursday night. The game's starting at 8 o'clock tonight, so maybe won't get the crowd that they usually do. So I'm going to hold off on doing an updated away day review. I'm hoping to get here for a proper Saturday night game later this year.
defender number 2, Aiden McFadden. The head coach for your Blue City Football Club is Dan Cruz.
And I'm actually going to be with the main supporters end this time around. Good thing Louisville is actually going to be attacking their way too, so that helps. All right, just 4 minutes into this one, and we got an early corner kick chance for Lou City. Let's see if they can do anything with it. Oh, just inches. Whoa. Ball boy got the worst of that one. So 10 minutes into this one here, the Lou Coopers are bumping right now. So is Louisville City so far, getting a lot of chances. Just nothing really on target yet. Oh my! It's right there, bro. It's right there, bro. Oh my. Oh! Good effort, bro. Good effort. Surprise! So 35th minute, Cheyenne, free kick for Louisville right in front of us. Is this the moment?
I hope so, because you cannot miss the goal this many times and expect to come out with 3 points.
Exactly.
You only get lucky so many times. And they're kicking in the direction of their fans.
Yep.
The second half, they're not going to have that momentum.
Yep, goal's over there. That was not the moment. It was on target at least.
At the conclusion of the first half, the score is 0-0, brought to you by SeatGeek.
So a 0-0 half for both Louisville and Lexington, and as you saw, it was basically all Louisville controlling possession, getting a few shots on net. Lexington didn't really have a chance in the first half, at least not one worth showing anyway, but see if we can get some more action here in the second half and see if we bump into a few more fans that want to have a chat. Kyle Gordon, and what do you think of the game so far?
Fucking awesome. I know I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's YouTube. You're fine.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
I can't tell who the frick will win this game, but I love them all.
This is your first time at Lynn Family?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the stadium?
Amazing. Prettiest fucking stadium I've ever seen. No joke.
Really? I mean, it's so pretty. You just got to drop F-bombs about it.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. It is freaking amazing. Yeah, the planes going by, the fucking range going on.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
What brought you out today?
Kentucky pride in the Derby.
Okay.
I freaking love it, man.
Gotcha. So you're going to the Derby on Saturday?
Oh yeah. I'll be there.
Gotcha.
I'll be on the home track.
Gotcha.
Yeah, general mission.
And we know this guy right over here, Ethan.
Hey, I'm back, not in Lexington this time, in my home city, and we are representing the best team in the USO, Louisville City. Sorry, Indy fans.
And you were very brave person as a St. Louis supporter admitting your appreciation for Louisville.
That's right, and I gotta be honest, this is my second team. Obviously, St. Louis City is my favorite team. We gotta don't remind him too
St.
much.
Louis!
See,
St.
yeah,
Louis!
see, I got people repping St. Louis,
Yeah!
and he's from Shelbyville, Kentucky.
Yeah!
There we
Freaking
go.
love it!
There we go. We're massive. We're massive.
A massive club.
Yeah.
I love it.
So thoughts on the
Great
first half?
guys!
Louisville had so many chances.
I know, if I'm being honest, Louisville had a lot of chances they couldn't finish. Lexington, I think that plays into their favor. So I
Yeah.
think we could see a potential cup set, not a cup set, a little Lexington upset.
Well, we need the cup set on Wednesday against Minnesota. You know, we lost our actual Pope, but we have found another Pope here by the name of Pope Squidius, man. How's it going?
Doing well. How are you doing, Tom?
Hey, doing pretty good. Thoughts on the first half?
Oh, near misses by both squads. Louisville looked like the more dominant team throughout the first half. It just chances didn't fall for us.
Yeah, exactly. But what do you think of this rivalry? You know, the first time out, and it's been fairly even.
Yeah. Well, your younger brother syndrome right now, trying to prove yourself against the big brother, especially coming to from League One to the championship this year, trying to set your name up. You know, fight hard against one of the most dominant teams in the USL.
Absolutely. And by the way, they call this rivalry, well, I guess by they I mean Louisville City, the Commonwealth Cup. What do you think of that name? I see your skepticism.
I don't like the name. It's just, I kind of found like I'm horrible at pronunciation, but I've kind of played along the lines of the Derby della Capitale between Lazio and Roma.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, that sounds like a better name. I know some want to call it Bluegrassico.
Yep.
But I actually found the translation, but I'm not going to try to pronounce it right now because the Italian of bluegrass.
But yeah, I was going Kentucky Derby myself, but,
yeah, but
I could see
copyright.
Yeah. Copyright is a mother in the U.S. But how cool is it to have an in-state rival like Lexington?
Oh, it's great. You know, because it's shown how the game is growing. When a state like Kentucky can have two soccer clubs in the same league, what's going to happen next? It just shows the growth of the game in the United States.
Absolutely. Well, let's hope for some more goals in the second half.
Oh, definitely.
Foreshadowing is a literary device in which a writer gives an advance hint of what is to come later in the story.
Oh, professional vlogger, I have missed the start of the second half. It's already gone on without me. Someday I'll learn. Someday. Now this is a sign of a good rivalry, a good fracas in the corner.
Flashback.
And at least one red card has been served. All right, so yellow card for Louisville's Kyle Adams. That would be the one that is pitching the fit that just got the red card. He's now needing to be restrained by his own coaching staff. So a bit of bad discipline by Lexington means that they'll now have to play a man down for most of the rest of this second half. I don't know if you can see the time up there, but it's about 52 minutes at this point of the match. So a hard time to lose a player, especially when arguably your opponent has had more momentum. Oh, it hit net, just not the right side of it. How did that get through the wall? That was a seeing eye free kick. What a save. That's why you cover the post. By the way, this is the Lexington supporter section right here. I mean, I've seen a few Lexington fans spread out throughout the stadium here, but credit to them for showing up. All right, so I talk on this channel a lot about food prices and beverage prices, but rarely do I ever actually eat the food at the stadium. This changes here. This is a smash burger, so you can just kind of take a look at it here, and let's see how it is. Pretty good. I'm also really hungry right now. All right, Louisville's threatening again, so I better get back into position and stop stuffing my face here. By the way, they announced an attendance of about 8,500 tonight, which is pretty good for this level of soccer. For Louisville, though, they've definitely drawn more. I think this game being on a Thursday night might have hurt attendance a little bit, but still, not a bad night at all.
A few moments later.
Just felt it was coming with Louisville, chance after chance after chance, and then speaking of which, we got another one. Well, they all can't go in. Shot blocked, but someone's right there. Oh! Absolutely relentless pressure by Louisville here. After getting that first goal, it's like the floodgates have opened and they are ready to come crashing through. I feel like goal number 2 is coming pretty soon.
All about foreshadowing.
So that might have been the dagger right there. 2-0 Louisville City. Goodrum getting the goal. Bit of a legend in this league, by the way. He came over from FC Tulsa last season. Louisville paid a Tulsa record sale price to bring him over to Louisville. And, well, he keeps scoring like that. I mean, it's worth the price of admission, I guess. But let's go back to the supporters' end, and let's go hang out with the Louisville fans for the rest of the game, because I have a feeling they're going to be in a celebratory mood, right?
Yeah, we always are. We always are. You see these 2 glasses?
Yes, I do.
This is the key.
Okay.
You got 2 gold stars for 2 championships.
That's right. You got stars in your eyes.
When you get the 3rd star, I've already got extra gold stars. They're going on top.
Is that for the 3rd eye? Is that it?
Exactly.
All right, so the first round of the Commonwealth Cup goes to Louisville City. I think a result that most people that follow USL would not be terribly surprised by. Louisville City's always very strong. Lexington still kind of building themselves up a little bit, and it kind of showed this game. Louisville definitely was the class of the two teams. It was mostly ball control for Louisville. They got all the quality chances. Lexington did get a couple.
Yes, my man.
Hey, what's up, man?
My dude.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
so sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah, so.
Yeah, go Louisville.
See, happy fans everywhere. Always a good time to be back in Louisville. You meet so many friendly faces when you go to these games often, and it becomes kind of a fraternity after a while. And I've just been here for my second time, and I kept running into people that knew me. So, like, go check out your local club, whether it's Louisville, whether it's somewhere else, and have this experience in your own town. Like, this is kind of, you know, why I do what I do, is so that I can show off these type of experiences for you. And because I was in that position myself a couple years ago where I just didn't know this existed. But yeah, great time. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Drop a comment below if you're a Lexington fan, and let me know how you thought your boys in orange tonight played. If you're a Louisville fan, of course, feel free to say hi. I'm getting to know quite a few of you just throughout my travels. And then if thank you to my Zombie Ultras for helping me get to these games like this one. Of course, this is just the first of 3 games that I am doing this weekend. I am off to Boston tomorrow. Well, by the time you watch this video, I'll be in New England at this point. But I'm doing Rhode Island FC's first ever home match on Saturday in their new stadium. And then Portland Hearts of Pine's first ever home match ever on Sunday. So check those out. This is your Soccer Zombie, Tom Franklin. If you need a reminder of why Louisville City's a good time, I was here for the Frankfurt game last year. You can watch that right up here. Right up here. You don't have to know German to watch the Frankfurt video. You'll still enjoy it. Yeah.